Hello everyone and welcome to a Thursday night twin night. We're back in the Caribbean again, exploring some more of the world update 16. And as you can see, we are in the Black Square Baron, which is an absolute joy to fly. Even though, in my opinion, it's a tad overpowered compared to the real version. You'll probably see it throughout our stream here tonight, but this thing can climb like a rocket ship, which is, you know, for us simmers is an absolute blast. As an additional level of challenge, we'll be doing some old school VOR and NDB navigation tonight. We'll be walking through my thought process throughout the flight, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. Especially, you know, when we get lost. While we get started, if you guys are enjoying this content, please like, comment, and subscribe below. There's also some links in the description if you feel the urge to support the channel and everything it has to offer. Currently, we have a whole lot of people with us. We got Archetype B, Bloggins, Ken, myself, Peter, Ron, Dev, and Mr. T, Mike Ferguson in the house. So I think we actually currently have more people flying than we actually have watching the stream, so that's interesting. So they are waiting on me to go and stuff my GPS back in the flight bag here and get started. So let's jump back in the cockpit and get rolling. We're on live weather, but we've got the time rolled back to 4 p.m. local time. Hopefully we get to enjoy a nice sunset. One thing we'll do real quick though before we do hop back in there, so we're not just talking over everybody, is let's take a look at the flight plan. So starting off at here in Maurice Bishop International and heading on back up to TFFR, which is where we were at last Thursday. The interesting thing about how do you even say that? Rosette? Le Rosette? Anyways, an interesting thing about Tango Fox Romeo is it's under IFR conditions right now. So we go take a look at the weather up there. It's not terrible. Winds are 350 at 13, which is going to be a challenge because the ILS at that airport is on, I believe, runway 12. Yes, runway 12. So not going to have the most favorable winds for landing on an ILS, but we'll see what the weather's like when we get up there. We can do a circle, and without GPS, it could be a little bit of a challenge. But we will be keeping all the GPS, the track, flight following, moving maps, all that stuff off. So I'll just have this pulled up because it is going to have all of my navigation aids and everything, and going on Flare. My home. Which one? Where we're going or where we're at? If it's where we're going, you can tell me how to pronounce it. That would be fantastic. Anyways, we'll have the DME here at St. Vincent, along with a NDB. There's going to be a lot of acronyms thrown around tonight. Where we're at. Okay, so you are you from Maurice Bishop, St. George's? That's awesome. How's the weather down there? Nice and windy like it is in the sim right now, but sunny. Actually pretty windy where I'm at right now too. After that, we'll have another NDB and DME, and then we'll get back to a classic VOR. Nighttime, yeah. Well, we did move the time back so we can enjoy some scenery. This time of year is tough. Every time, you know, just fly, if you fly anywhere to the east of where I live, of course, by the time the stream starts, it's nighttime. Anything to the west, you can chase the sunset. Of course, we're quite a bit east. I'm on the east coast of the United States here. So we are obviously, it's about to be nighttime where I live now. So, all right, anyways, we'll zoom back in on there. We'll get back at the cockpit here to get started, get these guys rolling, and see if we can get this girl up and running.
I got wheels too. The engine's not running either.
That looks like a lattice, maybe. What I'm seeing, it's weird.
It's somebody with a custom scenery.
Battery on. Go fuel pumps to full for 3 seconds, or high on the booster pumps. Throttles back to idle. Crack. Let's see, it's an even day, so let's go engine 2. Crack the throttle just a touch. Let's see if we can get her started. It's really quiet in this airplane for some reason. There she go. She caught that time. Bring it up to 1,000 RPM. I don't know why it's so quiet in this airplane. It's interesting. Whoa, somebody's floating about 100 feet up in the air there. What's going on?
Yeah, it's a Kodiak.
We were just talking about it.
Yeah,
Holy crap. While I was in the intro, we got even more people in here.
I don't know if that floating is, have they not downloaded the recent scenery update?
Must not have.
Yeah,
Alright, so let's get the left engine running. So crack the throttle a little less than what engine 2 is. And let's get it started. Start. And she started just fine. Alright, cool. Get both of those up to a little below 1,000 RPM. Let's get them up to 1,000. Brake is set. Which it's not set on my Bravo, so. Okay, there we go. Alright, go ahead and turn on prop sync, left alternator, right alternator, and master avionics. Nav beacon, strobe, go ahead and leave all that on for now. And let's see here. So we're going to be departing here on a heading of 47 degrees. Let's go ahead and dial that in real quick. There's 40, 50, 1, 2, 3, 47 degrees. Here we go. And we are going to be on N1, HSI source. And our DME is 1114. So let's go ahead and dial that in to our radio here. I'm not sure if we'll see it on the ground or not. Alright, 1114. And we're not seeing it right now, but we should get a distance off that once we get up in the air. Then for our ADF frequency, we are on 302. This radio is a little interesting to use here, so I don't know. Does the hundreds and thousands, so 3. Then I think you pull it for, nope, push it in for the little numbers. So the ones, so 302. Transfer the frequency over. And that'll show up down here.
Sorry,
On
what's our ADF
this guy.
frequency?
302. These are all posted in Schedule 2 for you, Dev.
Thank you.
Yep.
Boss, what altitude we're cruising?
6,500 is what we're looking for today.
M4.
Don't think there's any need for the pitot heat, but we'll go ahead and get it on just in case. Alright, cowl flaps are open. Trim is reset. What's the weather look like here? So we can figure out what runway when we want to take off on. Weather at Maurice Bishop is QNH 1013. Oh, I think it was already there actually. 101, 2, 3.
It's EDF.
013. Seems a little high to me, but 90 feet or so. And the winds are 130 at 10, and we've got runways 10 and 28. So let's take runways 10, which is going to be off to our left. Go ahead and drop a notch flaps. Approach. Let's check our controls here. Everything seems pretty good.
Question for
Yep.
you guys when you guys sec.
Sure.
You can continue. I don't want to ruin the flow.
No, what you got?
Trying to set my pointer on that 48 degrees for the VOR, but I've never used it with not a knob. I have a screen.
You talk about the where the ADF's going to show up.
Where the VOR is going to show up.
Well, the first one's not on a VOR,
Oh, it's not.
so it's not going to be on your typical OBS.
Ooh.
It's going to be on the, what did I call that earlier? The NME Is that what we called it earlier?
Is it just the thing you dial the ADF into?
RMI, the radio magnetic indicator, is this instrument off to the left of the HSI source here, right under the turn coordinator. If you're in the Baron, if you're not in the Baron,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's all good. I'll keep playing with it.
Yep. All right. We're not planning on using any of the pressurization, so we're not gonna mess with that. Nothing with the cabin pressure there. Oxygen can stay off. Better trim aileron. Yeah, that's good. I think we are good to go here.
What about cabin comfort?
Cabin comfort. Talking about air conditioning?
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you can
AC
turn your
on.
air conditioning on to low at the moment. Got plenty of horsepower to get out of here, so 100 degrees in the cockpit at the moment. So actually, let's go high on that. And that should start cooling us off here. There it goes. All right, cool. All right, autopilot, let's go ahead, set this to 6,500 feet. And we're going to climb out at a vertical speed of 1,500 feet per minute. Autopilot, we're going to go to autopilot and heading. Along with the flight director. And we're going to be departing here on that 47 degrees. 47 degrees, I was mentioning earlier, Peter, is I dialed that into my HSI.
Yeah,
Where
that's
my
what I'm
heading
trying
bug
to
is.
figure. That's what I'm trying to figure out how to do, because I can dial it into my heading bug for my autopilot, but I'm trying to dial it into my HSI. But our setups are way different. I have a whole digital outlook. Yours is very
Yep.
analog.
So we're looking for runway 10. We need to go down, taxi out to our right here. Taking off to the left. I don't think there's much for taxiways here, so we're going to have to enter the runway, I believe, and taxi on down. Actually, you know what? This runway is plenty long enough. We can just take off from here. There's the windsock. So let's go ahead and do our run up right here. Bring the right engine up to 1,800 RPM or so. Full brakes. Ooh, gotta watch out for that turbo. Sneak up on you.
Sorry.
Alright. Left mag. Good. Back to both. Right mag. Good. Back to both. Right engine's good. Pull that back down idle. Left engine up to 1,800. Try not to blow the RPMs out like I did last time. There we go. Left mag.
What's our
Good.
cruise altitude?
6,500. Right mag is good. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and enter runway 10 here. Clear right, clear left. Get rolling. So we're gonna depart runway 10 and take a left turn. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Let's get going. Kind of a short takeoff here, but we got plenty of power to get out of here. Cow flaps are open for the extra cooling. Ooh, crosswind.
Figured it out. Is I was looking for the course knob.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do it.
Alright, positive rate, gear up. Let's get to a safe altitude, about 500 feet. And we'll pull our power back. Alright, let's go flaps up. Pull that power back to 48 and RPMs back to 25. Interestingly, my levers are quite a bit different here. Alright, you can see our NDB kicking in right there. We're looking for a course of about 45 degrees, or 47 degrees, I believe. Let's go ahead and make sure airplane's all cleaned up. Gear is up, flaps are up, leave cow flaps open, give that extra cooling. And we've got climb power set to 38 inches and at 2500 RPM. Okay, it looks like our NDB is starting to come back around to where our heading bug is, which is good. Make sure we climb out over these mountains here. And we'll go autopilot on. See how this thing settles out. Arm altitude, 1500 feet per minute. Oh, why did that reset? 6,500. Back to 1500 feet per minute. It's really aggravating how that resets itself. Don't have anything on the DME yet. You can kind of see the weak signal we're getting from the NDB, just how much it's bouncing around. Shouldn't be too long before we can pretty much see exactly where we're going to. Let's check our temps. Everything's in the green, pressure's in the green. And we're at 4,400 feet or 6,500. Get my booster chair here. So, looking at the charts here, we are going to see a larger island with a string of small islands and kind of a circle, a smaller island, and then a medium island there. And that's our first waypoint. We're actually going to do a touch and go there, guys. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. So, what is the weather at this airport? Winds are calm. Interesting. Okay, cool. So we can pretty much do whatever we want to there. Alright, 1,000-foot alarm for 6,500 cruise altitude. Hey, there's our DME. So we're showing 37.8 miles, 37.76. There we go. Awesome. So instead of using a VOR like we're used to seeing, this is actually the first time I think we've been doing this on stream, where we actually have our NDB and a DME. So the NDB is giving us our direction, and the DME is giving our distance and approximate ETE. A little different than what we're usually doing, but it's a nice thing about the Caribbean. They've got a lot of this older stuff down here still. Okay, this is Lauriston, Carico Island, Carico Island, which is right below us here. And after that, we'll have Union, which is that one. I do believe it's kind of hard to see over the nose of this thing. Alright, let's see here. So let's go ahead and get a cruise setting. Let's go 35 inches. And let's do 22 on the RPMs. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Wow, we've got such a difference in the RPM levers. And for such a short hop, we're not going to worry too much about leaning them. We've got plenty of fuel, and we're not paying for it. Showing 29 more miles. Just to give you an idea of what we're looking at here. So this is the island that we're flying to at the moment. And then, so this one right here is Carico. And then Union will be off to the left of that. And then the smaller one past that, Navigraph doesn't show a name. And then we're going to St. Vincent, here our ultimate destination. Someone about to say something? Let me go ahead and close those cow flaps. How's everybody doing?
Good so
Good.
far.
Awesome.
Good.
I have a question.
All right.
Alright. What you got, Mike?
So looking at your RMI,
Yeah.
with the green needle pointing straight forward, and then the yellow needle pointing 10 degrees or so.
I think that's the magnetic north.
Okay, so that's just pointing to negative. That's it.
I think so.
Okay.
And someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
When do you plan to start your descent?
About 12 miles out or so. I believe this island right here is our destination.
Are we landing here?
Yep, we're gonna do a touch and go.
We're going to go on runway 31.
Winds are calm, so 31 will work just fine since it'll be easy to fly into. And while we got a second to think here, let's go ahead and start looking at our next waypoint. So I believe it's another VOR. I'm sorry, not a VOR, but a NDB and DME. So the 403 is going to be the NDB frequency. And then the DME is 1084. We're going to depart that on a frequency, a heading of... No, Navigraph's not giving it to me. Interesting. Come on, Navigraph. 29 degrees. And then there is an airport at that location too, at St. Vincent. Alright, 15 miles out, just about looking up my nose here. Let's go ahead and start descending. So let's pull the power back to 25. Leave the props where they're at, about 21 or so, 22. And let's bring it down to 1,500 feet. Just about 1,500. Well, keep it at 1,000. 1,000 feet per minute descent. All right. The sand barges look pretty cool from up here. This airport should be right off our nose right here. It might be right on that strip of beach right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's on that peninsula that goes left to right, right to left.
Yeah. And the NDB is right at the end of... Was that runway 310? Is that what it was, Ron? Yeah, 31.
31, yeah.
So let's adjust our heading. Let's do a right turn to 070. Get us on a nice base leg here. Make sure your cow flaps are closed since you are descending in a lower power setting. I don't want to get those cylinder head temperatures too cold. And we're actually going to pull it back to 20 inches of power and see what kind of speed we get there. Downside to flying this twin is you can't really look out your window and get a good view. It's just, you know, an engine.
Good looking engine, though.
It is a nice looking engine. It's a nice looking airplane. Alright, not quite enough, so let's go down to 1,500.
I'm gonna hop off to get dinner. See ya.
See it. 15
See you, buddy.
PSI is what I meant to say, not 1,500. And let's increase our descent rate to about 1,500 feet per minute. Pull the prop back to 20. And I believe that's the runway right there. Yep, it is. So, go ahead and go autopilot. I'm going to turn into a downwind here. For 3-1. So we're looking at about 130 on the heading. Thousand feet to go. Let's level off here, pull some more power, bring down to about 12 inches of power. So we can pull in a degree of flaps there. To help slow us down so we don't go too far, let's go ahead and drop our gear. And let's get our cow flaps back open. Level off for the space turn so we can get some flaps. Left turn for left base for 3-1. This props mixtures back in. Pull power back to auto just for a second here so I can get down in that wide arc. There we go. We're going to touch power back in. Left turn, a final of 310. Alright, gear check. Gear is down. I got 3 green. Approach flaps. Go full flaps here. This thing does not like to slow down. Looking for about 100 knots. Alright, once again, we're going to do a touch and go here. We'll do a left pattern. That way everybody can catch up. And then once we do a full left pattern, climbing up to 650 or 6500, we'll depart on a heading of 29er. Bring in some power here so we don't get too slow. Get it trimmed out. Deal with the winds. Alright, mixture's full, props full, gear is down. Our setting is about where we need it. Back it off just a hair. Alright, start pulling the power slowly. And flare. Full power. Alright. Bring power back in. Go approach flaps. And slowly bring it to full power. Hey, nuts. Let's get back in the air. A little squirrely. Positive rate. Gear up. Alright, safe altitude, flaps up. We'll power back to 35. Cross back to 35. Let's do a left turn. Looking for a heading of 220. Continue climbing on up to 6,500. Get everybody landing there. Let's do a left downwind. 130. Everybody's coming in nicely. This wings level, and we're going to depart here on a heading of what I say, 29er. Yep. And let's go ahead and swap these frequencies over. I got nobody in front of me, so let's go ahead and do a left turn to 29er. And if you guys are on the runway or just landing, feel free to do a right turn and land to depart. That way you're keeping up with everybody else. Alright, let's move this up to 6,500 feet. Vertical speed, 1,500 feet per minute. And we're going to altitude heading mode.
Hello, everyone. This is Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Hi.
How's
go about
everyone up?
Good.
Let's see. Let me see if I see everybody. Yeah. Looking around. Wow.
403. There we go.
Well, when everybody gets the chance, I don't see anyone. Let me see if my nameplates are on.
Yeah, make sure you got all the settings right. And US East and, of course,
Got
nameplates.
USB.
Alright, so let's do a confirmation of our frequencies here. So drag this over real quick. We are looking for St. Vincent as our next waypoint. 27-mile leg at 108.4 on the DME. 108.4 is dialed in. And then 403 on the ADF. We got 403 on the ADF. And that's showing 24 miles, which makes sense. And we're pretty much dead on with that NDB. Not too far off of it. And I'm climbing out at 35 inches and 25 RPM.
Oh, you way up there. You're already taking off, everybody, right?
Yep, we're heading up to St. Vincent, so Sierra Victor.
Got it. I think I'll have to move there.
Now, what's going to be interesting that we talked about earlier, and Gary, you weren't around for the conversation, but we do have some weather we're about to be contending with, so we'll see how our touch and goes continue, but I'm looking off my nose here, and there's some clouds building up. Got Mike off my right. I don't know who Regs is, but he's up there in a TBM in front of us. He might be with us, I'm not sure. Blogging's right behind me. Heli, P Mark. Century, who's Century? Ron. Sorry, we've.
That's Archetype.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people in here right now, so it's kind of hard to keep track of everybody.
I think Ken's with us too, but we just don't see him.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Ken for some reason.
Aren't y'all lucky?
Easier on the eyes tonight.
19.7 miles to go. Now, there is an airport just to the right of this DME and ADF. It's going to be interesting, though, because the runway, if we land at this airport, there's a mountain right past it. So, looking at the weather in front of us right now, it could be kind of interesting.
What about, there's an airport on the eastern side of the island, just to the right of where this airport
Yep, Kingston.
is.
Kingston, Argyle, or Kingstown, Argyle. We could do that too.
What about doing that one instead?
Yeah, we could do that. The VOR DME after that is what we're going to be navigating by, so it's going to be 1124. So I'm going to go ahead and dial that in. And on our OBS, we were originally calling for, what's the degrees on this thing? It's not telling me a degree. Okay, so we're going to make something up. We'll call it 25. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're about to be heading down straight into these clouds. And I'm going to go ahead and start descending here. So let's go ahead and pull some power back. Let's go ahead and pull it back to 15 inches on the manifold. And just to keep it quiet, put down the 21 on the RPM. And head down to 1,500 feet per minute, or 1,500 feet at a rate of 1,000 feet per minute, 1,100 feet per minute actually. Make it 12. Looking at where we are in relation to this mountain. Short hops can get you, they sneak up on you pretty quick. Especially in this thing, it goes so fast. And let's close those cowl flaps. Keep that temperature up. And does this airport have an approach by chance? Charts. It's going to RNAV. Okay, never mind. We're looking off the right side of the airport over here. There should be, or right side of the island, there should be an airport.
Is this a VOR or is this the
This is
other one?
a DME
Ah,
and ADF
thank you.
combo again. Got a pretty good sight of the coastline, so let's go ahead and do a slight right turn here in 060. Anybody having any issues they need help with, navigation wise?
Landing here?
Yep, doing touch and go. And it's going to be at the Kingstown Argyle International, which is east of the waypoints. Oh, I got a little rainbow. Look at that. Ah, of course, it's not showing up in the drone camera. Don't see any nav aids for this either.
Can you take a look at my stream? I can't seem to get my EME needle to work.
You're on VOR 2. Is that on purpose instead of VOR 1?
Well, I'm on nav 2. I've got it keyed into nav 2. And I can see the DME here.
Yeah, the DME
108.4.
is just distance,
Okay.
so it's not a direction. The ADF is going to give you a direction now. How to do an ADF with the Garmin 1000? Does anybody know?
Here's
Oh, there you go. Yeah, if you dial that into the 403.
that's a question right there.
Yeah, dial that into 403.
That number or this green number?
I think you need to dial it in there and then transfer it over.
Okay, that's. Oh. The to what's the number? 403.
403. Mike's diving in there in front of me. You got eyes on the runway there, Mike? Oh, yep, we're high.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. I'm dumping. Had to pull up to dump speed and slipping in.
I might have to do a little zigzag here. Let's go autopilot off.
A lot better.
Actually, I've got enough height that I'm just going to do a little circle real quick.
Okay. I got the number in there. How do I activate it?
All right, so you probably need to change your nav to something along the lines of ADF instead of like VOR.
Yeah.
There you
ADF
go.
is on.
Change your CDI
Turn
mode,
off.
maybe.
All right. Let me get rid of this.
God, it's crazy how bad this thing is at slowing down.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, notch your flaps in there. You're golden.
Let me see where I am. Oh. I'm way off course here.
So it's not going to be a VOR. You might need to change your CDI.
You're not getting anything on that. It goes to GPS, VRR1, VRR2, back to GPS.
I unfortunately don't ever use the Garmin 1000 with an ADF, so we're a little low now.
Funny thing is, I did it today and it worked.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, no, it's not.
I think this thing just wanting to sink like a rock now. Couldn't get slow down, now sink like a rock. Come on, girl. There we go. Gear check, gear down. Prop mix good. Nice and easy. See if we can't ride that wheelie. Bring some power in. Approach flaps. And back in the air. A little bit of a sketchy wheelie, but we did it. Can't see anything over my nose. How's the right gear up? Let's get back up in the air here. About 500 feet. Flaps up. Alright, let's head straight out for now. So let's go to 6,500 feet at 1,500 feet per minute. Altitude heading mode and autopilot on. Full power back to 37 and 25. Alright, so we are going to 1124 VOR. Let's go ahead and dial that in. And
There is a
both of them here.
NDB for this plot we're going to next.
There is.
Frequency 305.
And we're about 030 on the HSI here, so let's go ahead and go into net mode. And 305 on the NDB, so we can have a little bit of a backup. 305, transfer over, and it should line up perfectly, which it does. Awesome. Alright, let's confirm everything is good. Flaps are up, gears up. What is beeping at me? Cylinder head temperature, maybe. I forgot to open my cow flaps back up. Even reopened. Not sure what was beeping at me there.
That might have been Mio's.
Oh yeah, could have been. I'll
Dropping
stop watching you for now.
My speed was falling off.
I was like, what is beeping? Well, it caused me to look at my instruments and realize my cylinder head temperatures were up because I didn't have my cow flap open, so it kind of worked out in my favor. All right, we're looking for 6,500, climbing at 1,500 feet per minute, power setting 37 and 25. Outside air temperature, where is the outside air temperature in this thing? There it is. Still really warm, so no concern of icing in these clouds that we're about to enter here. And that's a lot of clouds in front of us. Okay, let's see here. So, heading up to St. Lucia. There's actually two airports where we're heading here. My 1,000-foot alert, coming up on 6,000 feet. Looking for 6,500, 500 feet to go. I'm showing about 24 miles away. What we might do, just because we're a little behind schedule here, is we may just carry on into the next airport. Or the next island. We'll head on up to Martinique. Let's take a look at what we're doing here. So, currently heading to BNE. We're going to do a left turn to SLU, which is 415 NDB. And then we can head on a course of 14 up to FOF. We can hop into Martinique there for a nice, pretty landing. And then head on up to our destination there. Alright, so the head has cooled off, so let's go ahead and close those back up. And let's pull power back to 35 and 21. Alright, since we're just going to be overflying this, we're going to want to have 415 for the NDB. Just come on now. And stand by. Mike, are you about to say something?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, it's giving us a ground speed of 224 knots. It's pretty good.
What'd you put in the standby? Was that in the ADF?
Yeah, 415, which is going to be the George Charles St. Lucia ADF or NDB. Oh, there's so many acronyms going tonight. I'm having to think about it. And then after that is going to be FOF, which is a VOR, which is 1133. So let's go ahead and dial that in. On standby, and what we can do is go ahead and actually go on our secondary OBS. Go ahead and dial 1133 in so we can see it pop up early. And we're looking for 014 on that one. Alright guys, I'm gonna run and use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, back.
If somebody got a minute, could you look down and see if I'm on the ground at the runway taxiing?
Are you Rex?
Yes, sir.
Yep, I see you.
Amen, amen. I'll see if I catch up.
No problem. Should see me about 6,500 feet above you.
No problem.
Let's go ahead and double check the weather here while we're at it, since it's been a little while since we've checked it. Get a new altimeter. Weather at the airport we're flying over is 1014. So, slight adjustment. Not too bad. Since we are doing a bit of a longer cruise here, we can go ahead and do our lean find. Lean at Richard Peak. Start with engine 1. Peak EGT. Alright, just push that back just a touch. Yeah, let's do engine 2. Peak EGT, just a touch back up. Try and get those about the same degrees off of peak there.
What's your fuel flow per side?
I've got it about 16.9, 16.8. Ground speed, well, the ground speed is that right? Yeah, it can't be. I don't have an accurate ground speed because I'm flying over top of the... Let's go into heading mode here real quick. And now we're going to swap to this other NDB. And let's do a heading mode towards it. Looks like about 10 degrees. Left turn. Take us to SLU. We'll go a couple more degrees here. Try to get that NDB lined up. And then our next form of navigation is we're going to leave SLU at 014, heading to the FOF VOR, which is on 1133. So we're going to swap over. Set up our HSI for 014. So there's 2. It's kind of hard to see here. I think that's about it. But we don't have it yet. But we are flying towards SLU right now, across the island.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I got Renegade down there in the front of me. Everyone else is all about me. Ellie, did you ever fly that R-66?
I have,
What do you
but
think?
my favorite right now is the Shrike, the MD5. What is it? The 540? Is it?
I'm not sure what that is. My helicopter
It's
knowledge is not as
basically
good.
it's the MD500. But it comes with it comes with guns.
Oh. Charlie
else
Mike
can see
Delta
them.
500, or what is it?
Sorry,
What? Say the aircraft type again.
it's the what is it? The MD500. Is that right? Am I
MD
getting that
500
right?
helicopter.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, the little bird looking thing.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a really fun helicopter.
Okay.
It's got quite a lot of agility to it,
Oh yeah.
so you can throw it around and.
That thing's when I'm back in my Arma days, flying the little bird was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've only been in it a couple times and always up in the Arctic, so flying down river valleys and
Sure.
yeah.
All right, we're coming up on the end of the island here, so we'll heading bug over to 014 right now. At least that appears to be 014. There's a lot going on. Hey, look at that. We just got our VOR. Beautiful. So we can go ahead and go over to nav mode. Awesome. That was perfect timing.
We're overflying Tango Lima Papa Charlie, right?
Tango Lima Papa Charlie.
At the next DME.
Yes, we're overflying that.
On this island, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, it was blending in on my screen over here. I couldn't find it. Yeah, we're gonna do a touch and go at Martinique. The Tango Fox. And that VOR is right there at the end of that runway. The weather there is currently calm, so looks like there's a bit. It's kind of flat. Never mind. We're coming from the water side on to runway 10 and do a left turn departure. A heading of 360 up to 116.4 Douglas Charles. 1164. Learning VOR and NDB and DME, all that navigation is great when you're doing island hopping because it's kind of obvious where you're going. Get yourself stuck up in the mountains, it could be a little more confusing. So we're doing great on fuel here. If everybody wants to do a fuel check real quick, no need to use their tip tanks. And let's go ahead and turn the ACU to low since we're nice and chilly in here now. .8 miles out, so about 25 miles out we'll start descending. That way we're a little ahead of the curve this time instead of trying to chase the airplane down. Go ahead and get our weather radar on here. It's mainly just clouds at the moment. While we're cruising, let's take a look at the weather at our destination. Oh, it's actually improved. We're back up to minimum VFR. So it may not be too bad of a deal now. Earlier it was IFR, which is going to make for an interesting approach.
Which airport are we aiming for touch and go there?
Our next touch and go is at Tango Triple Fox.
Okay, Port-de-France.
Martinique, which is where we're heading right now.
Oh, yeah.
Tango Fox, Fox, Fox.
Yeah.
It's in
I just
the
looked at the little
cove
map.
there.
Yeah, there's actually an ILS on that one.
On Tango Fox, Fox, Fox?
Yeah.
Really? Open charts.
For
Approach.
runway 10 and
Hey, it's what-
frequency.
Okay, cool.
Frequency is 109.9.
109.9. Let's go ahead and fly that for the fun of it.
Yeah, runway 10.
I think I can do nav radio 2 here and swap over to N2 down here and it'll fly that for me, I think. If not, we'll swap it over real quick. 109, so we want to go store 1164 and let's go ahead and do 1099 on the standby just in case. We need to fly. The glide slope is pretty far off to the left here, so let's go ahead and go back into heading mode. Heading. Let's bug over about 340. Go ahead and swap this over to 1099er. And we need to be at 2,000 feet, so let's go ahead and start descending. Bring the mixture back in.
VOR, what's the VOR frequency you're flying to right now?
FOF was 1133.
Okay.
But now I'm flying towards the ILS for some practice on 1099er.
Okay. 1113.
And then the course, I've got the signal. The course is 905.
What approach are you flying, Mike?
ILS Zulu for runway 10. At the Martinique Airport, which is Tango Fox, Fox, Fox. Get our cow flaps out while we're thinking about it. Need to be at 3,000 feet pretty soon, so let's go ahead and descend about 1,400 feet per minute. And just to confirm on the chart there, we need to be 2,000 feet. I've got 2,000 feet dialed in. Beautiful. Make it 1,500. Start popping our ears here. And then on nav2 here, we can actually, let's go ahead and dial in 1133 just as a reference. We can kind of figure out what direction we are away from it. So it's about 020 right now from us. It should keep drifting. Once this gets closer to 0905, then we should be lined up with the ILS for runway 10. Just another way to help monitor. So if we put it at 060, that'll give us a pretty good warning. What I'm actually going to do now, it's 15.2 miles. Let's see, keep flying. We just got the glide slope. Glide slope came in, so we're well below it, so it's just perfect. So let's go ahead and head north. A little bit more power here. Looking for 1,500. There's 3,000. I'm sorry, 2,000 feet. There's 3,000 feet.
If somebody sees me screaming by, shout at me because I'm fooling with the radios right now.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks.
Yep, so I got a distance of about 11.2, but I'm at a 90. I'll be eventually be at a 90-degree angle to ILS here. All right, so let's just get ready for our next turn here. So we're going up to TDPD. And that has a VOR and ADF 1164. And then the ADF is 273. Okay, so we're down on the wide arc here. Let's go ahead and get our approach flaps in, add a touch power. Mixture is in, props are coming back in. And if we were to watch our instruments here, it's going to be in the cove. We already know that. We've been kind of looking outside this entire time.
Everyone just disappeared on me.
Ah, that sucks.
Oh, well. Good old servers.
Looking for 2,500 RPM. Try and keep you right there in the wide arc.
I'm gonna try this shit again.
Alright, we're at 60 degrees off. We're looking for 95. Getting close. Let's go ahead and put this at 80 so we'll have a good idea that this needle should start moving about that time. And we're going to be on 360 for our left turn out of here, which is pretty much what we've got going on here already, so. Alright, so starting to come up on 80 degrees off of that VOR. Our HSI needle should start moving here soon. We'll try to go in the nav mode, but may have to go just straight to approach. Actually, now think about it. Hopefully it'll pick it up at a 90 degrees angle here. If not, we'll use the heading bug. Coming up on 90 degrees. Oh, there it is. Let's go approach mode. So she'll catch up to it. Let's slow back down here. I'm gonna shoot through it a little bit. Just because we were going so quick there. Let's get it to 100 knots on the approach speed. Technically should have entered this at a better angle than what we did, but I really wanted to see if that worked.
Excuse me.
Alright, we know this is working, so let's go 1164. Just captured our glide slope. It is correcting for course here. Should keep turning us left. It should be right off over here. And then let's see here. 1164, and we want to leave north. That 1164 north. Okay, beautiful. Alright, there's runway coming up nicely. Go gear down. Looking for 100 knots.
Was it touch and go?
Touch and go, yep. And then we're going to do a left turn once you get out to the ocean again and head north. Actually, you may not even need to go. Yeah, as soon as you depart, you can do a left turn. And landing flaps. That was pretty cool watching how all that works. How well it's simulated. And prop mixture is full. Trying to keep that 100 knots or so for the approach speed. Gear down. And I'll follow it off.
With us tonight?
What's that?
Is there a Sentry with us tonight? Sentry
Yeah,
20?
It's Archetype.
Okay. All right, since you're with us, I'm going to try not to fly through you.
Who's that in front of me? Kelly's in front of me, blocking us out of here.
Is that T. Ferguson that was asking?
Mm-hmm.
I saw your altitude go up. I thought you might be going mist or something, so I tucked in underneath.
There was a little glitch there. I'm not sure what happened. It was
Yeah.
autopilot and
I
approach
was
all
watching.
the way.
I didn't want to jump in front of you, but it looked like you were bugging out, so I was like, all right.
Well, I have caught up with everybody, but I'm just going to have to follow since, oh well. I'm like a soup sandwich in this cockpit right now.
Alright, start pulling power.
Tried to keep my speed up for you.
You're fine. We have plenty of space now.
Cool.
Alright. Approach flaps. Bring power back in. And we're out of here. How's it ready? Gear up. So up over to 1164. Heading north. Alright, let's climb out 1500 feet per minute. Go altitude heading mode. Push mode off.
Shoot, wrong one.
Flaps up. Gear up. Flaps up. $37 on the power. Bring the props back to 25. And autopilot. Due north. 1164. Confirm that, which is correct. Imagine once we get up in the air here, a little higher over this mountain, we should be good on that. I believe there's an ADF up there too. Yep, 273, which we've got dialed in. Don't think we have it yet though. No. Alright, let's just check everything. Temps in the green. Bow flaps are open. Power set to climb 3725. We're heading to 1164. And I do not have that VOR just yet. Climbing to 6500 at 1500 feet per minute. This is a little longer of a leg, so if you guys want to, we can actually go up to this cut. Let's make it 8,500. Oh, wait, what's this? Why did that reset again? It's so aggravating. Get a little efficiency. About 8,500. About 60 miles. Catching this nice sunset. Is everybody so quiet because they're focusing on what we're doing?
Yep.
It's right to keep from crashing.
I'm a motor mouth. If I get started, it's trouble for everyone.
Oh, heck no, I'm not having trouble.
There's a lot more knobs to twiddle tonight. Twice as many. Two engines.
2 engines, classic nav, all by one pilot. Yeah.
And don't worry about half of them.
Don't worry about that engine.
For decoration.
Don't worry about. Oh, he's done it, boys. There he goes. Ken's trying to start crap again. Hey, look at that. We got our VOR. Beautiful. 47.3 miles. Let's go ahead and go to nav mode. Why is it not picking up?
Yeah, I had the same problem.
Let's take it out of heading mode.
Still at nav armed. Yours captured, it looks like.
I took it out of heading mode, so.
Oh, the arm is in the center between the indicator panel above your HSI, it shows flight director, nav, out, and autopilot.
Yeah.
The center one says arm, and that I saw that on mine and thought, wait, but that's for altitude. Yep, mine just kicked off.
Well, what's interesting too is picking it up on nav 1, but nav 2, it's not.
I have the same deal.
That's really strange. It's like it's getting a DME, but not the VOR. That might be why it's not capturing. So let's go back to heading mode. And let's go ahead and close those flaps up. Go to cruise speed. And go back to 30 and 21. Just quiet it down a little bit in here.
That is much quiet.
Go ahead and do a lean fine. Let's do left engine first. Alright, peak EGT. And right engine. Excuse me. Peak EGT.
Looks like we have the VOR now. I got a 2 flag on my secondary.
I don't have that yet. Let's go ahead and turn these panel lights on for you guys.
So,
Go ahead.
so I went looking for the top comfort strap for the Pimax Crystal the other day. I figured for $20 it's a bargain. But they're sold out. They're sold out already.
Oh,
Is that
yeah, they actually sent me one. And
Oh, is it good? Is it that good as the reviews are saying, or?
it makes a big difference, yes. It's a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
Mainly because you
Yeah,
don't have to
'cause
strap
it's just
it
it's
to your
molded
face.
plastic, I assume. So it's amazing that they sold out, that they can't produce them fast enough.
Well, yeah, I imagine there's just so many people having trouble with the fact that you're smashing your face into this headband, trying to keep it stabilized. I mean,
I'd like to get.
it definitely helps, but it's not like you forget the headset's there.
Yeah. No, what I really would like to get is lens inserts for it. But I need to figure out what kind of prescription I need.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm trying to find out what the focal length, like the focal distance of the Pimax is. Because like reading glasses are set at usually about 40 centimeters. So what's that, 1.5 feet or so? But when I emailed them, they told me the focal, the distance was about 5 meters, which I can see perfectly at 5 meters. But definitely, I need my reading glasses in the Crystal.
Yeah.
So I don't think 5 meters is correct. So I think it's slightly further than 1.5 feet, like than 40 centimeters. But
Not to change topics here, but I just realized, Mike, why we weren't getting the VOR.
Yeah, I
Or-
did too.
It's a
There is no
DM.
VOR.
It's a DME ADF again. So
Yeah, and when I said the 2 flag, I wasn't going to correct myself. Right after I said it, I looked at it. Oh, no, that's not what that was.
yeah. So
It's not going to be a 2 flag.
no.
But the NDB works pretty good.
Yep. Actually, I need to do a slight left turn here.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was muted. I didn't even know there was a new strap out for the Pimax. Is that on the Pimax store or Amazon?
Pimax store.
They actually shipped
Yeah,
it to me
Amazon.
through
Amazon don't seem to have it.
It actually came through Amazon for me. Interestingly enough.
Or maybe like I said, when I went to the Pimax, it didn't. The Amazon.ca didn't carry it. I didn't try .com, the U.S. Amazon.
Oh yeah, that might be the difference.
But when I went to the Pimax store, it was sold out.
Because they shipped it to me, and it was literally the next day I got it. Which I'll be talking about that in my next video whenever I get it wrapped up.
If you have a connection with Pimax, could you ask them for me what the focal distance is of the headset, of the crystal headset?
Sure, I'll message them right now.
Could you put that question to them and see if I can get it? Because I can't find it posted anywhere. I found a Reddit post once that said 1 meter, which I suspect is correct, but...
Oh, well, my contact is on holiday until the 17th.
Not urgent.
Question before you go back to that. I'm curious about your heading. I'm seeing you heading off towards the... off to my right. Where's my heading right now? Yeah, I guess I'm a little off.
Yes, the heading is kind of towards the right.
Me?
We should just have 360 heading pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at like 350. 20 miles from the NDB, which we're above the clouds right now, so this could get interesting.
I'm at
We're doing a touch and go here?
We can...
Or did you want to overfly?
We'll overfly this one and get into TFFR. We're already a little late on our timing here, so... These views are pretty awesome, though. Let's go ahead and take a...
Clouds are looking good.
Yeah, they are. Let's start talking about TFFR here. So we're about to fly over Douglas Charles. TFFR. Let's go ahead and open up the weather here. Winds are 330 at 15 knots. So it's getting windier. They got clouds as low as 1,200 feet, a ceiling of 1,700 feet above the ground. And the altimeter is 3003. So let's go ahead and shift over to the altimeter. 3003, 30123. There we go. And so with the winds at 330,
2.9.
runway 30 is what we'd normally want to do. Now the problem with that is we need to make sure that we can actually fly this with the instruments we have available at the moment, because it is an RNAV. And I am looking at this. I don't see any way we can fly this safely if the visibility is too close to the ground. What we'll do, guys, is we'll try runway 10. And if we can't get below that ceiling at 1,700 feet, so I'm going to aim for 1,500 feet, see what the conditions are when we get a little closer. If the conditions are unacceptable at 1,500 feet, I'm going to drop it down to 1,000 feet and see if we can get a visual on the runway 10. If not, we'll have to deal with the pretty hefty winds there and try to deny ILS onto 10.
So do you mean we're going to try runway
12.
30?
Yeah, we're going to try runway 30. And if not, we'll do 12. Sorry, I kept saying 10 just because. So let's see here. We are 10 miles away from Douglas Charles. The next leg is 45 miles. The VOR at TFFR is 1129er. Go ahead and dial that in on our OBS2 here. 'Cause I've already got that on OBS2, so that's good news.
Runway 12 does have an ILS approach.
Yeah, but the winds are 350.
At 15 knots.
I'm on 2.9.
Yeah, runway 12 wouldn't be terrible, but you'll have a 11 knot tailwind, basically, according to Navigraph here. And it's a 10,000 foot. Is it really a 10,000 foot runway? I thought it was shorter than that for some reason. So with the 10,000 foot runway, we could get in there with a hefty tailwind. So if you guys want to just try the ILS, I'm okay with that too. Because looking at these clouds, it's going to get interesting real quick. Speaking of which, we need to be heading to the... Well, I've already got the VOR for TFFR on a heading of 450. So let's go ahead and swap this over. Go heading 450. I feel like this is doing a pretty hefty adjustment on me here. We're passing that NDB at the moment. There's 4045. I was saying 450. I'm getting tired apparently. Oh, no. 358. Okay, that makes more sense. 1, 2. There we go. Okay. I was wondering why I was having to correct so much. When in doubt, double check. So, just confirm, since I'm getting tired, 1129er is the frequency you're looking for, and 258 is the radial, and it's giving me about 43.2 miles. So let's go ahead, since this seems to be doing what we want it to, let's go ahead and plan for runway 12. I know we got that hefty tailwind there, but we're going to have to try something because it's going to be kind of tough to get in here. Let's go to charts, approach ILS to 12. Is there anything we can use for navigation here? We can overfly TFFR. The VOR PPR here, which is what we've got dialed in on 229er. Head to Desto. Which, how many miles is that? Does that give us some mileage right there? No. Oh, somebody just flew through me.
Hello. Just came to say hi.
Or what we could also do is, once we get within, let's call it 10 miles of TFFR, we could do a left turn. Actually, you know what's the other ILS show? See, that's got a DME arc. That was what that's what we need to do, is this DME arc. I'm not very proficient at these, but overfly TFFR, depart at 336, fly 12 miles away, left turn at 14 miles, and till we get to the localizer. Okay. Localizer is 1103.
What nav 8 are you flying to now?
PPR 1129er. And we need to be down to 3,600 feet. So we still got a little ways to go. So we're into a DME arc with minimal practice.
Definitely descending into clouds here.
It's about to get interesting. Safe altitude is 3,600.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the ILS and hopefully be able to lock onto it.
Highest point in the area, actually the highest point in the area is 4813. So, but if you're on a VOR radial of 358 to TFFR, then you're going to be safe at 3,600. Which we are on 358. I've got 28.2 miles. And what you could even do, since we're not that high, we could stay at 6,000 feet at TFFR and then start descending on a VOR from at 336. This is probably going to be one of the more challenging purchases I've ever done.
Yeah, and I've lost visual.
And our weather radar is showing some nastiness ahead, so this is going to be interesting. 25.6 miles away, so that puts us... we might, if we could see, there should be an island off to our right somewhere, but I don't think I can see anything below me. One little splotch of water I've seen so far, and that's it. Oh, that's pretty, though. That is very pretty. To the store.
Yeah, what's the barometer at?
It was threes. It was actually not that bad. It was like 300 something. 3003. Let me make sure it's not changed on us. Yep, 3003 still. At 21.2 miles. Let's go ahead and start descending down to 6,000 feet. Or 5,500, actually. Then we're going to bring that mixture back in. And let's pull some power here so we don't overspeed. Everybody do a fuel check real quick. Got a little less than half tank on both tanks, so we're plenty good there. Starting to dive into the storm here. Outside air temperatures well above freezing, so no worries of icing. We will leave the pitot heat on though. $16 miles from the airport. We're gonna depart on a heading a radio of 336. And we're gonna be looking for 12 miles and then a left turn, keeping it at 14 until we intercept the low glasser. Cloud surfing today. And hopefully nobody smacks into the mountain on the south side of the island.
Smack would be a good word for it.
Yep. Coming up on 5,500 feet.
When you pulled that radial of 336 out of TFFR, where did you get that radial from? Is that
On the
an
chart.
aircraft?
ILS Yankee chart. Runway 12 ILS Yankee.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, there it is. I see it now.
I'm gonna start slowing up some.
I was watching Bloggins at 2,000 feet and going, okay, if he's okay.
No, it's I can just I'm getting close. I can just barely see the ground. I would not go below 2,000. That's for sure. Even 2,000 was playing. It was close.
I'm just looking at little nav map. There's some mountains to our left there.
Yep, and I just hit 2,500 right where it really pushes out to the east coast there, and yeah, that was getting about 2,500. It's dropping away again.
I'm dropping down to 3,600 feet.
So
Over the airport. Yeah, the final approach fix altitude is 3,600. So that's what I'm aiming for now. And then our ILS is going to be 116 on the course. Ah. Okay, things are going to happen pretty quick here.
Yeah.
I'm going to want to go into heading mode. On 336, and then we'll want to move our HSI that direction also. We're kind of shooting in between the mountains, the mountain here. It's a little sketchy. And I can't see anything, so it's even better. So
Yeah,
about a
at least
mile
it'll
out, we'll
still
swap it
come
over. Yeah, at least it'll be quick. Yeah. All right, we got 1129er, which is TFFR, and then our ILS is 1103 on our standby. We've got 1103 on our OBS2. And we are coming up on 3,600 feet. About to overfly the airport. We're about a mile out. So let's go ahead and swap on over to heading mode at about a half mile. I'm going to see it now. Stop moving. Heading mode. And then let's move this HSI to 336. And go back into nav mode here. Slight correction. Okay, we should be departing. Gaining a distance there. Altitude's 360-ish. Alright, then we just picked the ILS up for a brief second there, so that's good news. And what we're going to do is... the goal here is to do a left turn once we get to 12 miles out. I still can't see anything around me. This is awesome. Left turn. Trying to keep that around 14 miles until we intercept that localizer on 116. So we'll swap it into heading mode shortly. And tune in that ILS. Get that course set up. Right now we want to keep going the direction we're going. And we've already got our OBS2 here set to that. So, real quick, what we're doing, we're somewhere around here. We just overflew the airport, leaving on 336. We're looking for that 14-mile distance. We'll start doing our left turn at 12 miles at this RNAV point here. 14 miles, keep it out to 14 miles. Come in, and once we get to 116, head on into the airport.
I'm on final.
Can you see anything?
I see nothing. I'm following the ILS.
Did you do the DME arc, or did you fly the DME arc, or did you do something different?
I just intercepted the ILS
Gotcha.
and turned into it to about 8 miles out.
Gotcha. Alright, this is 5.7 miles.
I'm feeling about like that horn sounding.
Oh, I can see land at 3 miles out. There's a runway.
You know what? I could probably actually do all my turning. Instead of heading mode, I could probably do all my turning with the HSI course needle here. I'm going to give that a try.
Okay, I see the runway out at 2.5 miles.
Nice.
Yeah, the lights are there.
.7, look for 12.
Oh my goodness, this is windy.
Yeah, I shot an approach. It was pretty rough. Prepare to get thrown around.
Yeah.
9 miles, looking for 12. Firm altitude, 3,600 feet. That's enough. Which is our final approach fixed altitude. Course is 116. 9.6, looking for 12.
Following about a mile behind you.
10 miles from the airport. Glide slope's coming up, which is beautiful to see. .7. I'm going to do a little experiment here. I'm going to try just using my HSI. It seems to work. .3, looking for 12. Go ahead and pull a notch of flaps in so I can get a little head of the airplane here. .8.
Name tag.
Okay, we got too far in, 11.7. Let's give it a second to recover. Looking for 116 on the heading bug here. So we cut in just a bit too much. Let's try correcting a
Yeah, I
little
think
bit
the
here.
chart was saying start your turn at 12 DME, but the arc is at 14 DME.
Yeah, yeah, and it's got a really shallow arc too, so I got a little ahead of it. So I'm trying to recover now.
If you're in, I'm at 13 DME.
I'm at 11.
That'll keep me behind you.
All right, now we're starting to increase a little bit. Yeah, I'm doing a shallower turn than what the chart calls for. Good news is I'm below the glide slope comfortably now, so we should be able to have no issues intercepting that. I'm going pretty slow too, Mike. I'm only like 90 knots.
Oh, if I paid to come to the islands today, that would have sucked.
Definitely feels like this is taking forever.
I'm still looking for name tags.
Well, I see you you're on like a roadway further down.
I'm on a taxiway. Or sitting on a taxi, or just at an entrance.
Oh, see, I'm further up and it's telling me not to go down there because it's a road.
Oh.
I just shot through the localizer.
So you actually landed?
Yeah, I came in just behind you. I could see you.
Oh.
But then you disappeared just after you turned off the runway. And then you're back again.
Yeah, I tried the trick of switching servers and back.
Okay.
It didn't do anything.
Yeah, everyone else is just kind of coming in on final now by the looks of it.
Right.
Oh, but they're all pretty high, so maybe they're not.
I'm descending.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get my gear down. Flaps too.
Did you get the Gladstone?
Yep, got it. Shot through that localizer really fast, so be ready with your approach button.
I got her.
Get ready to aquaplane on the runway.
Yeah.
Gear down, prop full, extra full. I'm 10 miles out. Fully configured.
I still gotta book that flight.
Fully configured and praying. I've got some rain now. I'm about 90 knots, Mike. I don't know if you're in front of me or behind me now.
I am behind you. I think at about 98 knots as well.
Hey, I can see the ground. Not very well, but I can see it right below me. 2,900 feet, descending.
You guys park off to the right. You guys on the ground? Did you park on the, off to the right? Well, to the south of the runway or the north of the runway? Which way you came in?
South.
Yeah. I said, unfortunately, I don't see you guys, so at all.
If you keep coming down that taxiway or whatever, you'll come to the gate to the main ramp.
I'm just flying towards name tags.
That's one way to do it.
If you head,
I've done it before.
if you head eastwards down that road, down the taxiway, you'll come to the main ramp on the south side.
Like, I'm heading towards the control tower, essentially.
Yeah, there's a control tower here. There's a windsock right at the entranceway to the ramp. And yeah. Okay, there you're here. You're here.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't see? Okay, I'm sitting like 90 degrees to your right at that entranceway, so if you don't see me. Even flashing my lights at ya.
No, nowhere. there's a parked aircraft, but I think it's just a static. There's no name tags or anything on it.
Yeah, no, I'm in the middle of the entranceway.
Yeah, I
goodness.
see a Fusion Go U on the other side of the runway.
Yeah.
I see P46 of Anguish 007 in the distance of 14,000 feet.
I think I see the airport or somebody in front of me. There's the runway. Someone else is about to land in front of me. Who is that?
I don't know. Could be
Rex.
me.
Yep. It's you.
Well, at least I have company. Let's see if I make it.
Well, I can see the airport comfortably now, so I'm happy. I did have Volanta in the background recording that flight path, so I'm curious to see how well we followed that arc. I know I was short on it a little bit. Man, this wind is nuts. Alright, let's go autopilot off and fight this in by ourselves.
Oh, there is another ramp on the north side. I didn't even see that. Didn't even see that.
Yeah, that's the
Amen to miracle.
commercial. Right?
Ooh, man, this is rough. I think she's a long runway. Oh, who's that parked at the end of the runway there? Matthias? Sorry, buddy.
I missed the channel. I think I can make it. Is that everybody parked under the hangar? I mean the tower?
Ooh, that was a nice landing. Considering the conditions.
Walking taking the X taxiway.
I'm coming up right behind you, Gary. Well, that was fun. That might be some of the more extreme VOR navigation we've ever had to do.
Landing gear.
Excuse me, sir. You're in my way.
You don't need landing gear for this airport.
How do I get over there?
Go ahead and pass me. Somebody's ahead of me.
Shoot.
You need floats for this airport.
Alright, we're going off-roading. We'll get it stuck in the mud real quick.
Is that just a static airplane in front of me or someone actually parked on the taxiway?
Sorry, Ron. I just watched your landing. I was like, yeah, you might want to bring your.
The one time nobody checks my landing gear is not down, and I scrape onto the runway.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
no!
taking it off. Taking it off road here.
Hey boys, we made it in. That was a difficult one.
That was definitely.
All the boys ain't in yet.
Oh.
Thank
So,
goodness.
yeah, I
for
haven't-
Thank goodness for name tags.
You know what? I'm gonna try this. I'm just gonna read. We're landed.
There's got to be palm trees around here somewhere.
Right.
They're probably leaning over sideways right
right.
now, though.
Ooh, someone's coming in hot.
I do have
That's me.
Get her, Ron.
Trying it again.
Yo, took someone's.
You got it, Ron. You got about 20 feet of runway left. You're good.
Landing.
And I'm on a 4-mile final.
You doing the
There we
DME
go.
arc in or something else?
I thought through the ILS. But it was real close to the DME arc.
Junior just got thick as haircut.
Oh, Ron's down over there.
Yeah, Throttles didn't shut off again.
Oh, that's annoying.
Oh man.
I don't see Ken, unfortunately. Crap.
Alright. I am right in front of the windsock. I'm on the wrong side of the airport.
No, you're right here with everybody else.
Okay, I can't.
Alrighty. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to watch Ken land. Or at least I can't see him.
I haven't been able to see him the whole time.
Me neither.
Alright, I'm going below that. Pretty rough coming in here, wind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get close.
Some nice wet ground reflections here.
Still nothing.
And y'all park on the control tower side?
Yeah.
That probably's gonna matter because y'all can't see me.
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Alright, guys, I appreciate everybody joining tonight. It was definitely a challenging approach there. I don't know about you guys, but I'm mentally exhausted after that one. So I will catch you guys again on Sunday. Fortunately, we can't see Ken flying in here, but I appreciate everybody hanging around as long as they did. Hope you learned something. A lot of fun doing those older style navigation, especially when we end a flight with this sort of weather right here. You don't get that all too often. So with that, guys, happy flying and see ya.